I played in a cup final for Preston and became the youngest player to play in a cup final, and I think that there's a lot of interest after that by the then First Division clubs. But Harry Catterick came in and agreed to deal with Preston, and I signed, and I was accepted by the fans because I was linked with Liverpool for such a long time, and everyone thought I was going to Liverpool. I mean, first of all, you had to win over your players. I felt if you're joining a new club, the players had to accept you. You had to prove your worth, and then you had to prove your worth to the fans after that. And thankfully, that happened fairly quickly.
Right half Kendall was unmarked and volleyed in a tremendous shot.
The derby matches, I mean, they meant so much. After your first derby experience, coming from a different part of the country, you understand what it means to a local lad, and if you won, naturally they were ecstatic. Everyone was pleased, but the local lads would be ecstatic, and if they lost, then they would be so much more disappointed until you realise and you bed it in and knew how much of an importance it was to get the right result in a derby game. The week building up, there would be a line of cars outside the training ground at Belfield, people wanting tickets, and trying to contact the players. We used to change them for suit lengths, have the suit lengths made up and swap tickets for them. But I mean, you just sensed an atmosphere all week, really. Individually, you knew how much it meant to yourself as well, to impress the fans. Well, I joined in '67. I think it would be '68, the first experience that I had. They were played at a greater pace than the normal game. You used to say 100 mile an hour. I think it was even quicker than that. Especially the early stages of a derby game, where the players were going out there and they wanted the opposing team or the players they were up against to know they were in a game.
Good break across field here by Kendall to Harvey to Morrissey. Royal and Ball at the back of the box. Whittle in the middle. There's Royal again. It's there. Joe Royal.
And I think they were really hard games. When you think you've got the likes of your Tommy Smiths and people like that playing for Liverpool, you're in for a hard game and you've got to look after yourself. Thankfully, I mean, I did okay and scored the winning goal at the Gladys Street end, so I mean, immediately you're accepted by the fans. Well, I think when I went to Everton in '81, I mean, I think that they were struggling near the bottom of the table the season before, and I knew changes would have to be made, and I made some changes which were successful and some others weren't successful, but we managed to finish about 8th in the league. But then things started to go wrong at the start of the '83-'84 season, and gates were down. There was leaflets going around Goodison Park, Kendall out, Carter out. So there was pressure on my job at that particular time. But fortunately enough, it came at the end of that season that we were actually playing Liverpool, the Milk Cup final. I think it gave the Everton supporters really faith in the team, and which they hadn't had for a while. In fact, I mean, I know we felt we were robbed. I think Alan Hansen deliberately handled the ball, and I think the referee was the only person in the ground that didn't see it. We may have won it, but I think looking back on it, not to lose was the most important thing to us on the day, because we were trying to catch up to Liverpool. Liverpool were the best at that time, and we were trying to catch up with them, and I think it gave the fans a belief that we were on our way there. And then we went on to win the FA Cup. So the season really turned round from about December onwards.
Richardson. And here he is again. And the cross headed half away. And Stephen Sharp. And a goal for Everton by Graham Sharp. Stephen again. Graham Sharp waiting in the centre. And Gray is closing in here. Oh, and Sherwood didn't collect. And the goal is given.
I think that was a tremendous confidence booster, because to actually win something and to come back on an open-top coach and see all those Evertonians out there in their thousands, I mean, that was absolutely incredible. And to taste the success of Wembley and the FA Cup, I think did the players the world of good, because they said, well, let's have a bit more of that. I mean, winning the FA Cup doesn't mean to say that you've got the best. Winning the league, so you are the best. And what I did say after that FA Cup victory against Watford in '84 was, we've got to prove that we are the best, and we've got to go on and win the league, and that's what we did.